What if the anxiety you've been battling isn't to your enemy, but your guide? If only you knew how to listen? Imagine transforming fear into creativity, worry into clarity. That is the promise of Martha Beck. Beyond anxiety, a path to peace, purpose, joy. Hi everyone, welcome back to your Bookovation. Today, we are diving into Beyond Anxiety, Curiosity, Creativity, Finding Your Life as a Purpose by Martha Beck. Now, anxiety isn't just a stressor which has become woven into everyday life, especially in America. We live in a fast-paced culture, always rushing, planning ahead, second-guessing ourselves, and fearing the consequences of a wrong move. For men, it feels impossible to escape. But Martha Beck asks a different question. What if anxiety isn't something to suppress or escape, but something we can move through, even learn from? In this video, Yeli highlight the book as core ideas, explore its key subtopics, and share how applying them might shift your relationship with anxiety. Let us jump in. At its core, Beyond Anxiety makes a bold argument. Anxiety isn't just something to suppress, manage, or escape. According to Martha Beck, anxiety often emerges from what she calls a spiral, a self-reinforcing loop where fear, worry, and the need for control constantly fuel each other. The harder we try to fight or avoid anxiety, the deeper into this spiral we go. But Beck flips the scripture. Instead of endlessly battling the anxiety spiral, she suggests replacing each with something far more powerful, a creativity spiral. This new pattern works in the opposite direction. Curiosity sparks new perspectives. Creativity offers fresh solutions. In that sense of openness gradually transforms fear into growth. The result isn't just relief from anxiety, it's a pathway toward a richer, more fulfilling life. To make this shift, Beck guides us through 3 key steps. First, understanding anxiety not as a personal flaw, but as a biological, a psychological signal. Second, choosing curiosity over fear to break the loop. Third, deliberately engaging our creative selves in ways that connect us to meaning, purpose, and joy. Divide into roughly 3 major subtopics, parts of the book. Beck herself divides it into 3 parts. The creature, the creative, the creation. Beyond Anxiety, Martha Beck introduces what she calls the creature, the anxious part of ourselves that lives deep inside. She makes an important distinction. Fear is the body as natural resposta real, a immediate danger, while anxiety is something different. Each is the anticipation, rumination, the endless storytelling of the mind as each spins out what-if scenarios in clings to fantasies of control. Biologically, this comes from the amygdala and the nervous system, both designed to keep us alert. But in today as a culture where constant notifications, social media pressure, the uncertainty never stop, our systems rarely get the chance to reset. Instead, we hit trapped in a spiral of overthinking and stress. Beck's solution starts with compassion. She urges us to treat that anxious self like a frightened animal, something to comfort with patience and kindness, not punish with criticism or farce. Once the creature, that anxious inner self, has been acknowledged and calmed, Martha Beck turns to what she sees as the true antidote, creativity. This doesn't just mean making artigo. It's about activating curiosity, shifting into right brain modes of thinking, rediscovering flow, wonder, in play. For Beck, curiosity is the doorway. Each starts small, simply noticing what sparks your interest, following tiny threads of intrigue without judgment. Each time you do this, your brain begins to shift from the closed, rigid patterns of fear into more open, expansive ones. The shift from contraction to openness is where transformation begins. In creativity, in Beck's sense, shows up everywhere. It's how you approach a conversation, how you cook a meal, the way you choose to dress, or even how you solve an everyday problem with a fresh perspective. It's not about performance or perfection. It's about living in alignment with your values, in bringing a sense of originality and playfulness into daily life. Another core theme is mystery, what Beck calls the don't know mind. Instead of clinging to certainty or rigid expectations, she invites us to lean into uncertainty. When we accept that we don't have all the answers, we create space for imagination, new possibilities, and genuine connection. Ultimately, Beck suggests that by pairing compassion for our anxious creature with a lifestyle of curiosity and creativity, we can move beyond anxiety, not just reducing symptoms, but opening the door to meaning, purpose, and joy. Now part of Beyond Anxiety, Martha Beck shifts from personal healing kills something even larger leave with purpose. She explains that when creativity becomes part of your daily life, you naturally begin shaping a life that reflects your deepest values and gifts. This is what she calls discovering your true purpose. But each does not stop you with the self. Beck emphasizes connection with others, with the natural world, with something greater than our individual concerns. Instead of being trapped in anxiety or endless comparison, we can live in communion, meaning service. Most importantly, the creativity spiral is practical. Each does not just ease emotional pain, each transforms how you work, how you make choices, and how you live each day. Small, authentic acts become the foundation for the bigger, lasting change. So, what do you actually gain by applying the ideas from Beyond Anxiety? Martha Beck outlines several powerful shifts that can truly reshape your life. First, there is immediate relief from anxiety, through tools like a compassion for the anxious self, awareness of how the anxiety spiral works. These simple practices still calm the nervous system. Beck gives you strategies that are concrete, doable, not abstract theories. Second, you discover more creativity, curiosity, and joy. By moving attention away from feeling toward what engages you, life starts to feel alive again. Everyday moments, whether it's in noticing beauty, following an interest, or letting yourself play, become sources of wonder. Third, you gain greater alignment with your values and purpose. As curiosity leads your choices, you stop living for outside approval and begin crafting a life that mirrors your true self. That alignment brings a deep sense of meaning. Fourth, you build resilience in the face of uncertainty. Beck emphasizes that don't mind the practice of stepping into mystery without demanding control. Anxiety loosens its grip when the unknown is no longer the enemy, but a space of possibility. Finally, there is a stronger sense of connection in peace, connection with yourself, with others, with the natural world, even with the flow of creativity in daily life. These gains don't erase life as it challenges, but they create a foundation of calm and openness that makes those challenges far more manageable. To wrap up, Beyond Anxiety isn't about erasing fear completely, it's about changing our relationship with each. Martha Beck shows you as a path that begins with the creature, that frightened inner self. It then leads you as forward through curiosity, into creativity, and ultimately into our life shaped by purpose in connection. The key is learning to pause with what scares you, as not to fight or deny each, but to calm each with patience and kindness. From there, we can redirect our energy toward what is teaches you as curiosity, imagination, beauty, and wonder. Each step in the direction builds a new kind of spiral, one fueled by creation instead of fear. The transformation Beck offers is simple but profound. Anxiety becomes less a trap, a modest signal guiding you toward what feels most alive and true. If you found this summary of Beyond Anxiety helpful, don't forget to hit subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss future book breakdowns and big ideas for personal growth. You'd also love to hear from you. What is one curiosity or creative impulse you've been ignoring, and how might life change if you followed each? Thanks for watching Bookovation. Keep creating your best life.